My name is Tessa. I'm Assistant Director of Admissions here at the SC Johnson College of Business, and today I'm here with one of our ambassadors from the Charles H. Dyson School of Applied Economics and Management, and I will have you introduce yourself real quick.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. My name is Jonna Crocker. I am a rising senior at the Dyson School of Applied Economics. I have a concentration in marketing with a minor in health policy, and super excited to be on here and answering some questions today.
Awesome. Thanks, Jonna. So I'll start with our first question, and I have them here. The first question a lot of people want to know is what makes the Dyson School unique?
There's so many things that make the Dyson School unique. But the first one that I always go to is our culture. And I know that might sound cheesy, but the conversation always comes up about what is the culture like? Is it competitive? Is it collaborative? And Dyson is the most collaborative school environment I have ever seen. It's truly incredible to just see everyone working together. That was something I was a little bit nervous about before I came in as a freshman myself. And within the first week, already working with classmates. There's the library is right next door, so we would all go to the library together and work on assignments. There are a bunch of study spaces in Warren Hall, so there's a bunch of different areas where you can go and work together. The professors are always right there for you if you have any questions or concerns. And so, really, our culture is something that's unique. And the dean actually made, through the Dean Student Advisory Council, we created a code of culture, which is learn respectfully, collaborate responsibly, and act ethically. And those three things really guide the way that we go about learning, we go about our classrooms, and the culture in the building. So that's something that really makes us unique. And a second part is that Dyson is a pretty small school within a larger college. And so you get to really hone in those intimate relationships with your classmates, with your professors. But then you also have this ginormous university of Cornell where you have the hockey games and the different cultures and traditions that you get to be a part of. So you really get the best of both worlds.
Okay, great. Thank you. And you know what? I'll skip down to our other questions since you touched on traditions a bit. I'm going to ask, are there any traditions for students at the Dyson School or just in general that you want to talk about?
There's so many. And so within the Dyson School specifically, there are a few things that we do every year. A lot of them are actually student run through some of our organizations, like the Dyson Undergraduate Council. So one of those being Welcome to Warren. So in your very first 2 weeks on campus during your orientation week, you will be able to basically go to this like mini carnival festival vibe with cotton candy and meeting your professors and the dean and the people who work in the student services office and any students who are already on campus early just to get your feet wet, have a little bit of a celebration that you're here, you did it, and get a good start to your first year here at Dyson. So that's one of my favorites, honestly. And another is Better Business Week. This is something, again, held through the Dyson Undergraduate Council. It happens every single year, and it is surrounded by using our motto of our business for a better world and trying to incorporate that by having a student panel and an alumni panel. We invite a keynote speaker who is a Dyson alumni each year and really just bringing the community together. It always happens in the spring semester, and all of the students typically get involved, will go to at least one of the events that are being held. And it's a really great way to get together with your classmates and learn more and learn how you could possibly make an impact in your future in Dyson and beyond.
I love that. Thank you. And you know, the next question is what opportunities exist for students to interact with professors outside the classroom at the Dyson School? Some people are curious about that.
So many. Then going into, a larger institution, you're worried about if your professors are gonna know who you are. And I was shocked. I think it was maybe my third week at school, and I was walking through the hallways in Warren Hall, and a professor was like, "Hey, Jonna, how's your day going?" And the fact that they knew my name and remembered who I was from a class was just so shocking to me and super exciting. And so our professors really try to get to know their students. They really want to know who you are as a person, what your interests are, and really want to help you become the best that you can be. So one of the greatest ways to interact with professors outside of class is by going to their office hours. Professors will always have at least 1 hour a week that's open to students to pop in, ask any specific questions you want, or even just to get to know them and their history and their background a little bit better. But also, professors will attend events throughout the building. So, if there is something going on, for example, Better Business Week, a lot of the professors might stay after school to attend that event and be there for their students. So, there are professors around always, and they are super easy to get to know.
Fantastic. Thanks, Jonna. And the next question is, what study abroad or summer programs are available to Dyson students or students in general?
If you are interested in studying abroad, there are so many opportunities for you. I was someone who really wanted to study abroad, but didn't think I'd be able to go for a whole entire semester. And so last summer, I actually had the opportunity to do a summer program in Torino, Italy. So I was in Torino for 3 weeks. It was a class, it was outside of Dyson, but it was part of Cornell as a whole. And we went with like 20 students. There were three professors who went with us on the trip, and we learned all about Italy, but also the class, which was about public policy in other countries. And so it was nice to kind of dip my toes into that area and see what opportunities were available. But I have had so many friends who have gone for a whole entire semester. What I'd say is start early. I know we're going to talk about student services in a minute, but our student service office is incredible. And if you are interested in studying abroad, be sure to work with them to incorporate that into your schedule so that way you can make it happen. And one last piece to that is that we have a Grand Challenges program as part of Dyson. It is part of what makes our program so unique. You really get hands on experience helping with, again, our business for a better world. And you typically work with a project partner. And some of our Grand Challenges courses are located internationally. So you're able to get some abroad experience. I know some of my friends had went to London last winter break. There's also a program in Africa, and there are a few others. So you can also study abroad right through your Dyson experience as well.
Wow. So this is really great for students to hear because it really shows there's a lot of flexibility and a lot of different programs available to them. So thank you for sharing that. And you're right, we are going to talk about student services. So I'm curious, what student services are available to support students that are at the Dyson School?
Student services are there from before you even get onto campus all the way through your journey. I remember my summer before coming into my freshman year, they did a summer series where you got to hop on to Zooms to learn more about the people who were in the office, some of the resources you might need, even a little like resume review and how to be able to start prepping up your resume for when you got onto campus. So they were helping before I even set foot on campus. But then throughout my 4 years, they have just been so supportive. And I know that they kind of hold together Dyson. Like they are such an important and valuable part of our community. So I've used them to help figure out my classes for each semester. A big part is, planning ahead and making sure that you're going to be on track for all of your Dyson requirements, all of your graduation requirements, and our bursar helps to be able to figure that out for you and make sure that you're ready to go. A lot of times you'll actually be pre-enrolled in classes your first or second year through Dyson, so it makes it even easier for you to have all the classes that you need, be right where you need to be. But they are literally always available to just pop your head in and say hello. They're the most friendliest people that I've ever met, and I just like going in and talking to them and telling them what's going on in my life lately. But they are just really there for you in any aspect that you need. I have also had some health struggles throughout my 4 years, and they've been able to connect me with SDS, help me if I, needed to communicate some of my issues with my professors, and they are there in a lot more ways than you could even imagine. And kind of branching off from student services as well, we have a career services office that is part of Dyson. And so you are literally able to go down there at any time you'd like, be able to review your resume, be able to do a practice hiring interview, and use them if, look at your job opportunity, look at your internship opportunities, and talk about what's available to you. So both of those offices are really essential to the student experience.
Thank you for sharing that. I feel like a common theme here is that everyone is very friendly. Professors, student services, career services. And so I just feel like that's a great takeaway is that everyone at the Dyson School and Cornell University in general is very welcoming and friendly. And so I'm curious, the last question I have for you today are there any student organizations specifically for Dyson students?
So there are a few student organizations that are specifically part of Dyson. I mentioned one already a lot, and that is the Dyson Undergraduate Council. I've mentioned it a lot because it's been an integral part of my 4 year experience. I've actually had the honor of being president this past year, and this organization is basically the student council for Dyson. And so we're able to do a lot of events that bridge together students and faculty and the Office of Student Services, and really be able to make sure that everybody's included. We hold a lot of the student events, so de-stress events. We actually have a Dyson Connects program that we're working on right now for this school year, which is pairing mentors and mentees. So when you come onto campus, you'll be paired with a mentor who's a sophomore, junior, senior in Dyson to be able to ask questions to before you get onto campus and be a familiar face in your first couple of weeks. So we have lots of super exciting programs through that organization. We also have a Dean Student Advisory Council that's more on the policy end of things, trying to enhance the Dyson school experience, working with the dean, having meetings with him directly, like once a month. So you're really hands-on and trying to make the Dyson school better. And we also have a Dyson Diversity Council, which is really talking about trying to make everybody feel included and represented the best that we can. So those are Dyson specific organizations, but there are literally hundreds to thousands of clubs at Cornell. There are business related clubs, there are social clubs, there is so much for you to do. So feel free, once you get on campus, make sure that you get involved, do things that make you happy, and just be excited, because these 4 years are really tremendous, and definitely make the most out of it.
Thank you so much for all of those answers, Jana. And those are all we have today, all the questions that we have. So I just want to thank you so much. I feel like everyone has really learned a lot because you had some fantastic resources to share and also some amazing experiences of your own. So thank you so much. That's all for today. And I hope everyone learned a lot. See you, Jana.
Thank you.